Today I'll be turning each room into a different game, using this wheel to decide which game goes for each room. This is the house I'll be using. Entryway, bedroom, bathroom, living room, kitchen, and dining. Let's see what the first theme is gonna be. Connect 4! Honestly, I feel like the theme would do great in the bathroom. And since the main colors are just like blue, I'm gonna put all the walls blue, and then we can make the wall trims yellow. And as for the floor, we can make the floor blue as well. Now for the actual tokens that you slip through, I'm gonna use a horizontal cylinder, and I'm literally just gonna flatten this and resize this so it can look like the actual token. And then I'm just gonna make it go up kind of like that. And I'm just gonna kind of do this pretty much around the entire wall here. Now that all the tokens are on the wall, now I'm just gonna change them to the red and yellow colors. And to make it look more legit, like it's in the actual game, I'm going to add blue pillars. Do y'all see the vision? I see the vision actually. Like it's literally in the slot. And to make it more realistic, we can add a beam coming across here, like that. Oh, oh, don't look at that.
2319! We have a 2319!
Okay, it's not crooked no more. And we can just do that for the rest of these. Okay, look, if it's crooked, I can't do anything. Look, this looks like the actual slots. Nice. Now the reason why there's nothing on this side of the wall is because this is where I'm going to add like the counter and the shower. So the shower can honestly go in this corner right here, and the sink can go right here along with a mirror, and we can just resize this a little bit. And we're going to need some toothbrushes and some toothpaste. We're also going to need a toilet, so we can place the toilet right there along with some toilet paper and then a little trash bin in this corner. And then in this area we can add a shelf, and then we can place like towels in here, and then we can resize this into like it being a rack. Then we can add like a carpet right here, and lastly we can add some portraits, and then inside the portraits I'll add the actual image of the board game. This actually looks so good. We can make a few of the towels like blue and red, and probably like the rest of them yellow. And then as for the shower, we can just make the shower blue as well. Same with the toilet and the counters here. We can add these elegant plants in the corner here. And lastly, we should add some lighting. Okay, well the Connect 4 bathroom is finally complete. Let's see what the next theme is gonna be. Checkers! Okay, so since the theme is checkers, it uses a lot of tiles. So I'm thinking maybe we can do this with the kitchen here. So we can make each individual square, probably like black and red. Honestly, I'm really happy that checkers was chosen because my top 3 favorite games are Uno, checkers, and Monopoly. Don't even get me started on Monopoly. I can't. I love Monopoly. I win at that game like almost every time I play. And I know you're like, how do you win at Monopoly? Like that game takes forever. No, I will spend 24 hours playing that game. It's an addiction. I love that game. Every time when my sister comes over, me and her always play either Uno or Monopoly. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe the walls. I think there's checkered tile as the walls. We'll do this one and we can make it red. Oh yes, bro. We'll make these black. Oh yes, bro. This is looking good. Already looking so good. And then we can do like red and black. Oh yeah, look at that. You guys, this looks so good. I'm not gonna lie. There's a reason why I'm making these big, because I'm gonna put the actual checkers on the floor, obviously. Before we go any further though, we need to add the cabinets and stuff. So we can place the fridge right here. I want the oven to be right next to the fridge, so I'll place this small cabinet, and then the rest can be the bigger cabinet. And then as for the counters, we'll just do some basic shaker counters. Honestly, let's take this cabinet out so we can add the microwave in that. Put a little vent hood right here, microwave right there. Then we can do this pro chef for the oven. Place the fridge right here. Nice. Then we're gonna need a sink. Place the sink right here. This is also gonna be the dining room, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do the table, and if we have enough room, I will probably put an island. We're gonna use this rustic round table right here. I feel like maybe a granite would look good. Yes, we're doing granite. We're gonna do granite. And then we're obviously gonna need some placement mats to set the table up, as well as a plate, a bowl, and a spoon. Then we can go ahead and change the colors, so we can make the placement mat red, plate granite, and the bowl granite, and we can just make the spoon black. There you go, that looks good. Then we can place this all around the table here, then slap down in the middle. We can add a rose. Then we're gonna need some rustic chairs to fit it all together, and we'll just make the chairs red and black. I feel like some curtains are needed, and then maybe we can make this like a pattern that looks good. Okay, so I'm probably gonna do what I did with the table and make the counters granite, the top granite, and the bottom red. Now that the kitchen is done. I feel like if we add an island, we won't have enough space to put the checkers on. So I'm just not gonna add an island this time. For the checkers, I'm gonna use a cylinder and I'm gonna flatten this a little bit and resize that. And this is gonna be the checkers. Boom, 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 and boom.
Boom, shakalaka, boom, shaka.
So some will be black and the others will be red. We can try using this crown pillow and make this like the actual like king. Yes, you guys, that looks so good. Okay, we're also gonna need one for the red as well. And maybe we can probably change this into like a foil texture so it looks more plastic. And lastly, we can add some picture frames of the actual board game. I feel like a chandelier above this table right here would look really good. Whoa, this looks creepy. Now let's go ahead and add the necessities for the kitchen. So we can place a utensil rack right there. We can probably add some jars, maybe even a spice carousel and some knives. And then we can resize these jars a little bit. And here we have our checkered kitchen. You guys, this is actually insane. Let's move on to the next theme. Scramble! For the theme scramble, I'm thinking we can do that for the entryway. What do you think? I think it'd be a good place because I want to save the best for last just in case, you know. So for the floor, we can just do like a wood color because it looks like it incorporates a lot of wood and green. So we'll do some wood, and then we can make the walls a green color and leave like the wall trim white. And now basically what I'm gonna do is for the actual words, I'm gonna take a smooth cube and resize it, like kind of shrink it down a little bit, and then I'm gonna put it up against the wall here and make it go up in the air, and then I'm gonna make it match the floor just like that. The next step I'm going to do is take a small round rod from Structural, and I'm just going to pretty much write the letters. So like this will be O, and I'm gonna paint it all black. And I'm just gonna kind of do that repeatedly around the walls and put different letters in it. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and actually do the entryway. So let's add some curtains, maybe a console table on this side, and then in this corner we can add like a coat rack, and we can smack down a carpet right here in the middle. Before I forgot this is lifted because of the little patio right here. So what I'm gonna do is just place a basic cube down and resize this. Then I'm gonna take another cube, but this is gonna be a smooth cube. I'm gonna resize this as well, as if it's like stepping down, just like that. Then like for the plants, we can just, you know, add some plants in there. Maybe for this console table we can add some books, maybe even a picture frame, and possibly a plant. And then we can just go ahead and change the curtains, probably this green texture. I think the entry area is pretty much done. Let's move on to the next theme. Uno! I'm actually really happy the theme is Uno because I was gonna make this so I can make it my room because I love the game Uno. It's like my second favorite game besides Monopoly. And then I'm just gonna make the walls black. And I think what I'm gonna do for the floor is make it carpet. Just trust the process, okay? Trust the process. And then I'm gonna add this basic shape. I'm gonna resize this. And we're gonna make this like the bed. You'll see what I'm doing, okay? You'll see what I'm doing. And we're gonna make this a red color. Then we're gonna need some pillows. So we're gonna add some pillows along here. Then we can do this industrial desk in this corner here. We can add desk organizers along with a laptop. And then we can fit some papers in the slot here, and then have a paper on top. And then for the seating, we can do this office chair, and then we can add a nightstand right here in this corner. I'm gonna add another basic shape in this corner right here, and I'm just gonna flatten it and resize this a little bit, and then I'll show you why here in a minute. I'm gonna copy this as well and put this over here and on this side of the room. And now I'm just gonna slant it down. Then I'm gonna take another basic cube but transparent one, and I'm gonna flatten this, and I'm gonna take a painting, place it on this cube, and then I'm gonna rotate it so it can fit the bed, and then just place it right here on the basic shape. Then I'm just gonna copy these and place these around the room, and I think the Uno room is finished. We have one more room in the house, and that is the living room. So I hope I get a good theme for this living room. If I don't get Monopoly or Candyland, I'm gonna be so mad I'm gonna crash out. Sorry. I'm not doing sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not. Okay. I'm doing Candyland. I don't care. I'm doing Candyland. I'm not gonna finish this build with a wacky pack of a freaking game. Are you kidding me right now? No. We're doing Candyland. It was either between freaking Monopoly or Candyland, and I am doing Candyland. I don't care. Okay, so we're gonna do the floor and the Candyland game. It's like a grass texture, so I'm gonna probably do like grass. The rest of the walls can be blue, and then we can do the wall trims pink. There's like a little trail pattern across here, right? So I'm gonna place this cylinder, I'm gonna flatten it, kind of like what I did with the checkers right here, and then I'm gonna make a trail, and it looks like the trail is like different colors. So I'm going to pretty much make the pattern of the different colors of the trail all the way to the end. Okay, just like that, right? Before I go any further, okay, I'm gonna add some shelves because I still need to put like the sofa and the TV and all that cute stuff. So the shelves are gonna go right here in these corners. I want to add a basic shape right here, and I don't want to put like a solid one because I just did all that. So I'm gonna add this transparent cube, and then on top of it will be a solid cube. We can go ahead and add the TV, and then for the shelves we can just fill them up with like books, and then we can make them match the color of the trail. Now for the sofa, we're gonna do this transitional sofa. We can honestly add another basic shape and make this a cylinder. This can be our coffee table, and we can make this like a pink oil texture. We can do the same thing here, and then the top here can be like a green plank, and then the shelves could be like a purple plank. In Candyland, around each corner is like a new mission. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take another transparent cube, and then I'm gonna get a decal, and this is going to be the characters in the game. Lastly, I'm probably gonna add the sphere. So instead of just like regular decor, we're gonna add some like gumdrops, and we can kind of make this match the trail as well. We can place some right here, there, another gumdrop right here, one up here. I'm just gonna change these pillows that I got from the Uno room and pretty much make it match. I feel like a little board game in this room would look really good. Okay, look, I know this is Monopoly. Wait, what is this? Is this Monopoly? Yeah, okay. I know this is a Monopoly game, but we're gonna turn it into Candyland. Okay, does that even look like a Candyland board game? No, we're taking that out. The living room is finally complete. Now all I have to do is change the decals, so I'll be right back. The house is finally complete, so let's take a tour. Oh my goodness. Here's the outside of the house. Obviously I didn't do much. So when you first enter, you're immediately greeted with the scramble room. It's very basic, and of course there's a big sign that says sub to voxel, because if you don't sub to voxel, I'm going to trap you in my closet and you will not escape. Very basic, but when you keep going through, you'll enter the Candyland game room. So when I was looking for decals, there were no decals. Don't question what these decals are, but you just follow the path. You'll enter King Candy's dungeon. But I think the Candyland room came out very nice. And then if you turn to your left, here's the checkered kitchen. It honestly gives Queen of Hearts, but I really love it. I love it so much. And the little checkers with the little crowns for the kings. And of course, if you go back through the Candyland, you'll enter the bathroom, which is the Connect floor bathroom. I also really like this room. I like how it actually looks like, that's a different color. Well, it literally looks like Connect 4. Then when you leave the bathroom and go to my room, you'll enter the Uno room. And look at the bed. Oh my gosh. If you don't get it, the bed is the actual Uno box. That's why I didn't actually put a bed. But yeah, this is the Uno room. I love how it came out. Uno is like my favorite second game besides Monopoly. It came out really nice. I love it. I think my favorite room of the whole entire house so far has to be the Candyland room. I just love how bright it is, and the decals are just it's just, what is this? Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below which room was your favorite. Voxel out.